With about 120 million people, Ethiopia has the potential to use its economic growth to spread integration to the rest of the region and raise the standard of living in neighboring countries. In this regard, the American political and economic analyst Laurence Freeman says the progress Ethiopia and Somalia made recently should be elevated to a higher level of regional economic integration to improve the lives of the people in these countries and the region. According to him, the developments in the Ethio-Somalia relations, including high-level meetings and diplomatic exchanges, have significantly reduced the risk of conflict, which some external actors had been actively trying to instigate.
Progress has been made over the last few months is very important, and I support it, and I think it has to develop even further. I mean, we have, for most of 2024, there were many political actors and countries involved in trying to instigate a conflict, a military conflict between Ethiopia and Somalia.
Fortunately, the expert says the leaders of the two countries agreed to resolve the misunderstanding peacefully, and the Ankara agreement was realized. The American analyst notes that Ethiopia has been providing security in Somalia for many years, both as part of the African Union force and in the other way to support the fight against Al-Shabaab.
I'm hopeful that all these latest developments will put to rest the idea that two neighboring nations should go to war. As I said, I think for the moment, the forces of peace have the upper hand.
Freeman further stressed the need to prioritize economic integration across the region, encompassing Somalia, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya, and other East African nations, indicating these countries' cooperation plays a pivotal role for sustainable economy in East African region.
And the Ethiopians are a very well organized army. They're one of the better organized armies on the continent of Africa. And many countries, including Somalia, have relied on the Ethiopian military forces against defeating violent extremists. So this process should continue. And now there are efforts which are now being discussed. But prior to the recent agreements between the leaders of Somalia and Ethiopia, there were people calling for the removal of Ethiopian troops from the AU force. And this would have been a mistake.
The recent macroeconomic reform that Ethiopia has introduced takes the lion's share to substantially boost Ethiopia's potential and strengthen cooperation in East Africa as well.